Good morning. Well, that's the beginning of March, and we purchased our staples already. And I'd like to show you what we got. We spent $151.61 already. So I have the receipt here and I've recorded them as well. So $151.61. So we took $210 out for our household of 7. So let me get my computer here and we can do some calculations. Probably a calculator would be a great one. So $210. Usually this for 2020, I sell my groceries at $300. It used to be $375. That's what we took out in 2019. Now I lower it to $300 for our family of 5. But now we are 7 people in the house. That's 4 adults and 3 kids. So we have 210 for the month divided by 4. That's $52.50 a week for 7 people. So if I divided that 52.50 by 7, that's $7.50 a week a person. $7.50 a week a person. So how much it comes down for a day? So I will take $7.50 divided by 7 days of the week. So that's $1.07 a day a person. So that's what our budget is, $1.07 a day a person. So that includes our breakfast, for most of us, lunch and dinner. So what I do for lunch is when I cook dinner, I'll cook enough so that we have enough for next day lunch. My kids will take it to school, I'll take it to work, and my husband will take it to work as well. So my parents that are here, they usually take care of their own lunches. I will just tell them, if you want to eat any leftovers that I have in the fridge, that's fine. Otherwise, they can cook anything they want. You know, they're at home, they don't need to eat leftovers, so they can cook whatever they want. We have our staples there. So, and then they purchase some stuff their own as well, because they like to eat food that I don't usually cook. You know, that is more foreign. So, and then dinner time I'll cook again and have enough for next day. I don't like to have a lot of food in the fridge, so I like to have enough for next day lunches for the kids, myself and my husband. So that's that, $1.07. And then sometimes my family will eat some of our leftovers as well, if that's what they want to eat for lunch. So that's $1.07 a person a day, or $210 for the month, of $52.50 a week for 7 people. And that's what my budget is. It's going to be very tight, and that $210 include everything for our groceries, food and non-food. And I purchased things for my kids as well. So like yesterday, one of them said she has hole in her shoes, so we purchased a shoe for her as well. So within that budget, so that's the whole amount for all our groceries. And it's going to be very tight for this March because we pay $45 membership to Sam's Club. So that decreased our budget quite a bit. I'm going to show you what we purchased, but you'll see what we can do with $1.07 a day a person for 3 meals and snacks, because we purchase fruits out of it as well. $150 for food, non-food and kids items, and $0 for meat, and $60 for fruit. That's how we budget it. And the reason why $0 for meat is because I have meat in the freezer, and the meat money, which is $90, to make it to $300. That $90 we are paying it back to the saving, because we took money from the saving to purchase meat, ground beef from family, my in-laws farm. So we are paying that back to the saving account. So we are not taking money out for meat, and we pay 3 times already. So next month we will pay just a little bit, and we will be done with that. I will pay the full amount back to the saving, and we can start taking meat money out. So I have my freezer full of meat, and then I have another freezer full of vegetables. So summertime I grow vegetables, and then I purchase vegetables on sale as well, and I just prep them and put them in the freezer. So winter time I rely on my freezers to eat vegetables and to eat meat. So we have those covered up, and now we just use what we have left budget wise to purchase staples and a little bit of vegetables like peas, green peas, frozen peas, or things like that, or even potatoes goes on sale out of purchasing. That's vegetable as well. Or if meat is on sale, like we purchase eggs. So if we have eggs on sale, even though we didn't take anything now for meat, I will use some food money to purchase it as well. So let me show you what we purchased here. And as you can see, I have not purchased cereals last month because I'm serving kids leftover food for breakfast. That's what they are going to eat this morning, and then I serve them porridge as well. So as you can see, we work on the list. My husband took the list to the store, and we purchased 4 pounds of spaghetti. So I have 2 here. We purchased toothpaste so that I can stock up, because we are using 1. So I like to have some on hand. And my staples don't usually go on sale, so I like to purchase extra to have it on sale. And that's how I build up my supplies. When I need 1, I might see if I can purchase 2 or 3. So that's why we are using the last one, and I purchased 2, and it will last us all 5. Like my kids, my husband, and I will use 1. It can last us like a month or 2, and so that means I have about 2 months on hand. We are using 1. This is for the kids snacks that my kids take to school. I'll just bag them for their school snack. It saved me $500 a year for 1 kid, or both of them, I don't remember, to pack their lunches and snacks instead of buying it from school. So they have cereals here. I serve them cereals once in a while. I used to serve them cereal every morning. Now I change it to serve them porridge made out of whole grain. So, but once in a while I will serve them cereal. So since we are running low in cereals, I asked my husband to purchase some, and I told him that the budget is $15, so he'll purchase for himself and for the kids. So I believe he purchased those for the kids. And by the way, if you are looking for healthy cereals, you might want to look at the fiber area, and the fiber I believe has to be at least 4 gram they recommended, or something like that. So you can see 2 grams here is not bad, but the higher the fiber in it, the healthier it is. So let's see this one. They say high in fiber, so let's see what the fiber is. The fiber is 7 grams. Oh, my husband did a great job to purchase those. So yeah, keep that in mind if you are looking for healthy cereals, not just cookies to eat for breakfast. You want to look at cereals that are high in fibers. They may not be on sale, but that will be one way of having healthy breakfast in the morning. So we have those, and he purchased this for himself I believe. And I'm not a big fan of color in things, you know, food coloring. I don't know side effect of that. So I'm not a big fan of food coloring, but once it's not me that is going to eat it. So that's what he likes. So he purchased 2 flowers. And I know that we ran out of our food money, but 2 flowers is not going to is not enough for things that I cook out of flowers. Pizza, sourdough pizza once a week, and wrap or egg roll once a week. I go through a lot of flowers, at least 5 pounds bag a month. So I think I might need to purchase 2 more of that and see if I have some coins in my food container to afford it. So we purchased washing soda, and I use it in my laundry. And at this time, what I'm doing, before I used to mix a part of washing soda and borax, and that's what I use to wash clothes in the washing machine. But this year I wanted to just use washing soda, so that's what I've been using. I'll just put it in an empty clean ice cream bucket and have it on my dryer, and I'll just use a little bit in my washing machine to wash clothes. So I'm doing that, and I'll use it to clean my bathtub, sink, and all that as well. So that's that. We have peanuts that I like to put in my porridge for the kids and myself. So we purchased few more. I think we have a little bit left from last month, and we purchased few more of that. And we have these shoes that my husband purchased for my daughter. So the price is $24.98, and he found it on sale for $5. So that's a saving right there. And we purchased rice from Sam's Club. That's why, we pay the membership to Sam's Club to purchase the rice. So that's 25 pounds. And I like to have, at least 2 on hand. While I open one that we are using, I like to have 2 on hand because that's a staple. So if I don't have money to make purchases, I know that I have some basic staples that I can cook with, and I cook from scratch. So I like to have some basic staples on hand: rice, bean, flour. And I don't cook beans much, but rice, flour, those are 2 basic staples that I like to have on hand because I can make a lot of things out of that. And have meat, vegetables in the freezer. And I know that if I cannot get out to shop groceries, or I don't have cash to shop groceries, I have staples. I'm going to say that again: rice, flour. I forgot to mention one is pasta. So when I have those 3, and then I have vegetables and meat in the freezer, I know that I can make multiple dishes out of that. And this is very simple. I'm going to show you what I cooked yesterday for dinner when I don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Yeah, well, I cook quick dishes that we can eat, that are kid friendly, my kids will enjoy, because a lot of time when I'm cooking food, I have my kids in mind. What can I cook healthy food wise that they will enjoy? So I keep that in mind, and I make dishes, and when they like it, I take note of that. That goes in my list of things to cook. So now that we look at things that we purchase staple wise for March, which is not much, and we spend $151.61. There are a few things that we purchased that is not here. They are not here, so I'm going to show you that in my fridge. So we'll go up, and I'll show you the items that are called items that my husband purchased that I didn't bring down here to show you. Those are the staples, dry staples that will go in my pantry, and I will show you the rest upstairs. So let's go check it out. I can just take my pasta here, And oh, if you want to know the price for some items here, the pasta was $2.46, I believe. I can quickly look for it. And I think this will be it. So 4-pound spaghetti is $2.46. And the flour, I'm not sure the flour is here. So the washing soda is $4.12. So we purchased mozzarella. I'm going to show you that up as well. It's $6.26. It's $6.24. So, and we purchased egg and all those. I'm going to leave the receipt here. We can just go up and look. So now as you can see here, that's the flour here for $1.12. 5-pound bag unbleached. I like to buy unbleached, and that's $1.12. And I will make a lot of things out of that, like sourdough pizza, sourdough bread, wrap, or egg roll, you know, out of that. Instead of buying those pre-made food, I make them myself, and it saved me quite a bit to cook from scratch. That's how I feed my family and my household of 7 with $210 a month by cooking from scratch. So let's go up and see what else we purchased. That make up $151.61. It's quite dark here. And let's turn the lights on. Okay, so let me wash my hand first because I touched cash earlier there, and then I'll show you the rest. And that's our own soap that I make. That's olive oil, a coconut and olive oil soap. So we wash dishes and we wash hands with it, we shower with it as well. My battery is quite low. Let's see if I'll be able to show you everything here. So we have egg. I believe he purchased 6 dozen of it. So we have eggs here. And that's the grape. We purchased a lot of grape, about 26 pounds. And that's that. I already have some that the kids will take to school for snacks here. I'd like to show you a few things. That I cooked yesterday out of the staples that we purchased. So we have the mozzarella here, and that's 2 pounds for $6 something. So what I like to do is I like to put in the freezer to harden it up a little bit, and then I'll grate it and have it in a bag that we can just use it on our pizza. So I can show you, last month my husband purchased a grated one. It has a lot of ingredients, but this time he purchased this, and you can see the ingredients is very minimal. So that's why I like this one better. I don't like things with other ingredients that I don't understand why they are in the food. So this one has very few. Is pasteurized milk, I believe skim milk, cheese culture, salt, and enzymes. So that's all. That's what it is. So $6, 2 pounds something. So we have that, and he purchased 1 milk as well. So we have about 2 gallons in the fridge. So I'm going to put this back in. And I'll put this in the freezer. And that's our groceries, pretty much. The grapes that I show you, 26 pounds of grape, 26 pounds 87 cents of grapes, and then we have 6 dozen of egg. So when we got the eggs yesterday, and I didn't really want to spend too much time in the kitchen. And by the way, let me show you the time. Don't know if you can see the time. It's early in the morning, 3:21 a.m. So I didn't want to spend too much time in the kitchen. Yesterday I cooked this over the weekend, like 4 cups of pinto beans. I just put in the pan, add water to it, boil it for an hour, and just turn the heat off and let it sit there for another hour. Drain it, rinse it, add more water, and just boil it until it's soft. And I just put them in the container. I have about 4 jars like this in the fridge. So yesterday I wanted to make rice and beans, and I cooked that. And the egg, when my husband told me about the egg, well, I just make omelets to a person. So, and I serve my kids. So this is one of them's lunch for school. Don't know if you can see, but the egg is at the bottom here, and that's the rice with some bean in it. So I used about 2 cups, not a lot, in the rice. So I just cook them on the stove. Add the rice to the pot, 6 cups of rice, 12 cups of water, add 2 cups of bean sweat, bring it to a boil, turn it to medium, let it boil until the water is below the rice, and I cover it, turn the heat to 3, I can show you that here, turn the heat to 3, cover the pot and let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll turn the heat off, let it rest for 5 minutes, and then I'll serve. So in that same time, within that same period, I was frying the egg with my cast iron. Add some oil to it, beat 2 eggs, add it to it with little salt, do it, and then cook it, and then put it in the bowl. And I was just doing, I have all the bowls on the table, and just putting it in everybody's plates or bowl. So, and then I make it at the same time for lunches as well. So I serve these for my kids, and the way we ate it yesterday, I served them, I have the egg that went in the bowl, and when the rice was done, I served the rice on the side, drizzle a little bit of oil on it, and that's pretty much it. And my kids ate it, they came back for more, they have it. So that's how I can cook very quickly, quick meals. And the rice you saw is 25-pound bags. It costs about $9.45 at Sam's Club. The egg was 58 cents a dozen. And if you do the math, you'll see that it doesn't cost us much at all. And that's what I cook. 6 cups of rice for 7 people. And for our dinner, 7 people, and lunches for 5 people. That's that. And the grape was 99 cents a pound. So I have bags for all the kids, 2 bags each, 2 snacks. So the halve is about a cup in each bag. And I like to use this size bag, which is sandwich bag, because we make popcorn. So I will show you popcorn as well. And I made some for myself. What I did for myself is I cooked 2 eggs for myself, but I ate half yesterday, and I kept the other half here, and that's that. I add the rice where I like to eat the bottom with the burnt rice. I like it, the crunchiness. I like it very much. So I like to serve myself last. So I serve myself for work, and I put some jalapeno on top of it with some oil, and that's pretty much it. And I like to use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, when I'm dressing oil on food that we are going to eat. But this month is so tight that I didn't purchase any, so we are using peanut oil to cook, and that's the peanut oil I just drizzle on the food for us yesterday. So let me put the beans away as well. And as for the beans, I cook 4 cups, and I made 12, that yield 12 cooked beans in the jar for me. There is no water in it. I took it out of the water because I didn't use broth to cook it. I just dump the water that I cook it in and just scoop the beans to the jar. So I have 12 cups of cooked beans when I use 12 uncooked beans to start with. So here is wheat berries, is whole grains. Is whole grains wheat berries that I will soak in water for a few hours or overnight, and I just put it in a pan and bring it to a boil and just boil it on low until it's soft. So that's what I serve for breakfast, and my kids like it. When I have apple, they'll ask me to chop an apple, add it to it for them with sugar, and some of them will ask for peanuts. So that's why I like to have roasted peanuts on hand. It's not salted. They don't like it salted. The first one that I introduced them to was unsalted, so they like it. And we just add raw peanut to it. So the peanut is $1.89 a pound. So I like to stock up on that, and that's very healthy breakfast in the morning. Whole grain, high in fiber, and all the oil or fat that can come with it, because it's not broken into flour before we purchase this whole grain. And I have it for 2 years or 3 years now in the pantry without any special treatment, and the grains are okay. So I keep cooking them, and yeah, that's what we eat for breakfast. I like to take it to work. That's what I eat for breakfast in the morning. So I'll just warm it up, scoop some, add a little water to it, warm it up, add some sugar, and add peanut to it, and that's breakfast. So that fills me for a while. And I think, according to some people, because your body doesn't break it down quickly, it doesn't release the sugar into your bloodstream very quickly. So that's why I like to cook the whole grain instead of the broken down grains, because your body takes some to break it down so that fills you longer, and that does not release the sugar, the glucose into your bloodstream too quickly. So that's that. So that's why we are purchasing the peanuts. Sometimes we snack on it, the peanuts, but a lot of times we use it for our porridge. And as you can see, I have, that's what I made last weekend. I took one to work yesterday, so we have 3 jars here. I have not served the kids yet. Now we have pizza. That's sourdough pizza. So I made it on Sunday, and we ate it, and we have leftovers. So what I've been doing this week with the kids, I'm serving them leftovers. Yesterday I served them egg rolls. That's why we call it wrap. They like to call it wrap, so I call it wrap as well. So I served them that yesterday for breakfast. They like it. We serve it with ketchup. So, and it's made out of flour and ground beef. So they ate it, and this morning I will serve them sourdough pizza leftovers. So they like pizza, so we have it. That's why we purchased the cheese for. I use cheese on my pizzas, and we made it from scratch because I had sourdough culture in the fridge. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow probably I will take it out and I will start feeding it until Saturday, or I'll take it out on Thursday and I will start feeding it until Saturday. And Saturday evening I will mix the dough and make pizza to rise, and I'll make pizza on Sunday. So that's if I wanted to make pizza this week, but that's that we have. And I use 7 cups for the pizza, and we have leftovers. So I'm going to serve them that breakfast this morning, so they'll eat that before they go to school. And making the pizza ourselves saves us money quite a bit, because you saw the flour is $1.22 for 5-pound bag, and I think the bag is about 16 cups in it, I think. But either way, it saves you money, when you make your own pizza, because that's the flour is $1.22. The meat, if it's $1 a pound, the tomato paste I purchased from Aldi is not tomato paste but tomato puree for 82 cents. In fact, I should have made purchases this month. I didn't, but I like to keep them here. And that's this jar that will just open, add some broth and some salt and boil it for a little bit. And that's my pizza sauce. The recipe change each time. Sometimes I might add some grated jalapeno in it, sometimes add some vegetables to it, some onion, but that's very simple. Sometimes I'll add sugar to it, the tomato puree, sugar, salt, broth, boil it for a little bit, and just put in a jar for the fridge for later. And that's what I use for my pizza. So as you can see, cooking from scratch saves me a lot of money. It takes time to cook, but it does saves money. So I like to make pizza during the weekend, and I like to cook quick meals during the week, something that can take me about an hour. I'll cook that during the week. And I like food that while it's cooking, I can go do something like cleaning. But yesterday was not the case because cooking, making omelette, 2 eggs omelette each time for 7 people for that night, and for 5 meals the next day took me quite a bit of time, maybe 15 to 20, a little bit less than 30 minutes. So I was here doing that instead of cleaning, dusting the house while the rice is cooking. So that's that. There are those quick meals that you just put it on the stove and you go clean up the house. That's what I do. And sometimes there are just those quick meals that will take an hour, but that 1 hour I will be on the stove doing something as well. So that's that as well. But that's what I wanted to share with you, what we purchased for March and what I will make most of the times as well. It's not just what I make every day, but I just show you what I already make during the weekend and yesterday. And there is something I wanted to show you in the pantry, popcorn. So let's go check it out. Oh, and let me put those food back in the fridge. And I use Pyrex container. I stopped using plastic, but it has been like, it was not just, I was doing it slowly, buying those jars, those balls, glass ball, and getting rid of plastic. So we see we have milk. The fridge is kind of full. My parents have their things here as well. And I think it belongs to my parents. We don't drink juice, so it belongs to my parents.